So yeah, uh, so in few minutes, we'll quickly cover introduction about ElasticRun, our current tech stack, advantages of Foss, and our contributions to open source community. Yeah. So ElasticRun is a B2B e-commerce platform dedicated to rural part of the country. So what I mean by that is that an FMCG company can now connect, FMCG company like Marico, PNG, can now connect to their rural customers using our platform. Similarly, a financial institute can leverage this to extend their financial services. B2C e-commerce companies uses it to connect to their rural customers and get their shipments delivered. Similarly for pharma, for general merchandise, etc. So how we do it? Uh, so we have aggregated supply side by onboarding brands, B2C e-commerce companies, financial institutions, etc. And on demand side, we have a storefront app which is used by our customers to place an order, and we have a, Salesforce app as well, which is used by our sales partners to generate the demand. Now, to fulfill this demand, we have a crowdsourced logistics platform where we onboard thousands of partners across India. Now, partners like warehouse partners, vehicle owners, delivery partners, sales partners, etc. Right? So, and our technology actually binds them so that each partner, sorry, so each partner exactly knows what task that partner has to perform on each order, and they exactly know what tasks they have to perform on every day, on each day. Yeah. So yeah, this is our current scale. So our presence is currently in 100,000 villages. We have more than 400,000 stores in our network, and we deliver more than 1 million shipments every day. Coming to our stack. So this is our tech stack. We use GitHub, Golang, MariaDB, MongoDB, Redis, etc. But to highlight few, we extensively use Frappe to build our apps. It helps us build our apps very fast, and it helps us build our apps quickly. Uh, all our ledgers and business processes are over ERP Next. Um, and then we have built an event-based communication channel over Kafka, which our applications uses to communicate. We extensively use Kubernetes to deploy our apps. It helps us make our apps cloud native and cloud agnostic. So what I mean by that is that we can move from one cloud vendor to another cloud vendor without any change, basically on that Kubernetes platform. So I pretty much covered these. Right. So as a team, we are very agile on our tech stack, and we keep changing it based on our current demands and requirements. Right. So as you can see here, we started with Java-based apps, then we moved to Python, and now we are testing Golang for our current scale and current requirements. Similarly, on UI side, we started with React and Polymer, then we moved to Svelte, and now we are testing Flutter because it gives us one code gives us all the platform apps. Yeah.
Hi all. So coming to the speaking of the advantages of using FOSS, like as we already mentioned in the previous slides, like we are working with thousands of partners, companies, etc., and in the form of different like operations. Okay, so we need to do lot of pilots, variations in the system before standardizing the processes first. Okay, so with the help of low-code frameworks like Frappe, like ERP Next helps us to build the system pretty quickly and revert to business requirements. And on next thing, like we have multiple applications and everything is on open source softwares only. So this gives us the freedom to choose any tech stack based on our business needs. And we try out multiple tech stacks, and based on our needs, we move from one tech stack to another without any blockages. Like as Shreem already mentioned, like we were initially in Java based apps, and then we moved it to Python, and now we are trying out in Golang. And also we have been contributing our works that are generic to all other users, and we are also getting feedbacks from the contributors based on their business needs, and we are improving the system. This way, every one of us are able to grow together in this ecosystem. So another way FOSS helped us in is to scale using Kubernetes. Initially, we were deploying Frappe as a monolith. So we had to break this monolith, Kubernetes helped us in containerizing Frappe components. So with the help of Kubernetes, we were able to break the monolith into multiple components based and scale each components independently based on each requirements. So this is how we have containerized Frappe into multiple components. So we have created Frappe into multiple components of for web, default, long, short workers, socket, queue, cache, everything. And based on each business requirements, we are able to independently scale down and up the pods without any downtime. And we have also opened this Helm charts and images for others usage as well. So these are some of the contributions from ElasticRun to open source community. One of the contributions from ElasticRun is Barista. So this is a testing tool for testing Frappe-based applications. This is built on top of Frappe, and so we will be able to create test data, test cases, everything in UI itself. So this way, even the developers, business team, testing team, everyone are able to automate their test cases and make sure that the business logic is working fine. And like Barista also, since it is on Frappe, we need not have any mock data or libraries. Instead, we just need to create the test data, and other things will be taken care by the Barista system itself completely. And this also gives you an option to test user-specific scenarios. And at the end of each executions, Barista gives you a code coverage which helps the developer to know what are all the test scenarios that has been covered and add additionally if required. So this gives you the basic idea of how Barista works. Like initially you need to create a test data using Frappe UI, then create test cases based on your scenarios, link the test data that are required for those test cases, and add the expected results. And then on execution, Barista will create this test data, test cases, and then share you the test results with code coverage. So one more contribution from ElasticRun is Latte. While we were developing business requirements and for scaling, we created multiple features and enhanced few features which can be used by other Frappe applications as well. So what we did, we packaged all of them into a single application called Latte. So with Latte, we'll be able to scale with the features, and Latte will be able to scale very easily. And we have also it is also open for others, and each based on each requirements, they can select the features they need to use. So these are some of the features of Latte, like connection pooling and method catching, which helps in caching the response of any APIs in Redis. Let's say if there are 100 calls for a same API with similar inputs, we'll be Latte will be calling only once to the runtime, and the others will be getting the same response from caching. And storage adapter, which helps in storing Frappe files in Azure Blob or S3 bucket. Thank you. Yes, that's all from us. Yes, questions? Yes.
Could you just elaborate on why did you move from React to Svelte, and then from Svelte to Flutter? Any quick explanations over there?
Right. So from React and Polymer, we moved to Svelte because Svelte gives compile time code, right? So it was a great advantage we had. Now we are moving to Flutter because one code gives all the so PW apps has a little bit of challenge in discoverability, right? So now we are going to Flutter because one code gives us all three, web, app store, and Play Store. So that's the main reason.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks all. Thank you so much.